Hello, I'm Liam and welcome to Austin 7 Adventures. Do you want to see what someone under 30 is doing with a car that's nearly 90? You're in the right place. As part of the Classic Car Loan Project, the PreWar Austin 7 Club are going to lend me one of their cars for a year to find out what it's like to own a vintage vehicle. So today we're off to Lincoln to meet some of their members and pick up the car. We've come to the workshop of Graham Beckett, long-standing member of the PreWar Austin 7 Club and keen supporter of the Classic Car Loan Project. Graham maintains the car here with the support of other members of the club. One of those is David Booth.
I'm the chairman of the PreWar Austin 7 Club for my sins. First being involved with the Austin 7s, I suppose it's quite late on really. I've always been brought up with cars with my dad renovating cars in the late 50s and 60s. During the time of having a family and having very little funds, if you like, once the kids have gone from home, we invested in a classic car. We weren't looking for an Austin 7, but we were looking for something very similar. And we went to one or two of the shows, round and about, and we plumped for the Austin 7, which was the best thing we ever did, really, to be honest. They're great fun, and they're great to be with. And the people in the club are very friendly.
Like other clubs, David and the PreWar Austin 7 Club have realised that the future of the classic car movement might be in jeopardy if young people are not engaged now. But with costs always rising, how can young people try before they buy? Enter the Classic Car Loan Project.
The Classic Car Loan Project is a project to get the younger generation into owning a vintage or classic car for a year, free of charge. These are provided by privateers and clubs that have the funds and the merchandise, cars, to loan to the Classic Car Loan Project, and it's proved very successful. The first year that we had the car on loan was to Eddie Storer. Eddie Storer was a very, very good ambassador for the Classic Car Loan Project.
And I have some big shoes to fill, it seems. Eddie looked after the club's car during his time in the Air Force and covered many miles.
The classic car that we've got on loan is a 1933 RP Box Saloon.
Produced between 1932 and 1934, the RP is a long wheelbase version of the 7 that notably has a 4-speed gearbox and the petrol tank located at the rear of the car. The 747cc engine produces just over 10 horsepower.
You have to get into the realisation that they are older cars and they are quite noisy. They've got quite a few interesting ailments, if you like.
Up until now, the oldest car I've ever driven was a 1948 Morris Minor. In fact, the very first Morris Minor, NWL 576. Our little Austin 7 is 15 years older than that, but luckily Dave's agreed to give me a driving lesson. Okay.
Key.
Key, yeah. Is it out of gear?
Yeah. There's ignition on it. Yeah. Let's pull the buttons there.
Oh, that.
Starter.
Yeah. So get it running on the choke.
Yeah.
Let it warm up and settle, yeah.
Should be run. Let it run for a bit, actually.
So this is just to...
That's your accelerator when, you can use it like a cruise if you wanted to, but I never do. And this is your advance and retard. You advance it when you're going up a hill.
Yep.
And then obviously you can retard it. I wouldn't retard it too much. But
so about where it is? Or?
Yeah, I would leave it where it is. Reverse is towards you and back.
Oh, it lifts? Oh, I see.
That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, that'll do. Handbrake is off.
The clutches are in and around.
Oh, I see. Okay. Not at all.
No.
Fine. Right. That's quite a bump there, isn't it? I'm just going to go around once, I think, and then.
The younger generation at this point in time, I think, are looking for probably cars of 50s, 60s, and 70s. To get them into the vintage side, the pre-war, I think it's quite difficult, and I think with the project that's undergoing at the moment, I think that's the only way that the younger generation can experience using a vintage car.
Yeah. Is this my indicator then?
Yes.
Right, great. Okay, I'm going to go left out here.
You might find them a little bit harsh on the timing, if you like, and if you adjust it on your advance and retard.
Okay.
Like if you were to bring it down, you'll probably find it still goes as well, but it's not so harsh on the bearings.
Okay.
Whereas on a hill, when you're really in power, you can actually fully advance it.
People really love them, don't they?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, as soon as you stop, somebody will come up and say, oh, I used to have one of these.
Yeah, yeah. That's like the catchphrase of British motoring, isn't it? My nan had, but I learned to drive in one of those, you know.
Do I have any advice for Liam? The cars, as I say, are quite noisy. They've got quite a few idiosyncrasies that go with vintage cars, and I think you need to get out in the car and enjoy the experience. That's as much as I can give you. Yeah. You get the hang of it now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
No.
Ah, yeah.
I'm just going to higher. It really
Rabbit.
is, isn't it? Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Once
higher
you-
than I think.
Once
yeah,
you crack that,
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll need to crack it because
So-
obviously when you come to a hill, you need to change down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to keep stopping.
I suppose I'm quite used to. Well, thanks very much for the drive.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
No problem, no
You know,
problem.
hopefully I'll be able to get better at changing gear. I didn't know
Yeah,
that was
I'm
something
sure
I
you
could
will, I'm
do,
sure you
but
will.
Yeah, good.
By the time you got back to Mansfield, you'd have cracked it.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, thank you very much. We've had a lovely day here.
Yeah. Enjoy the
Please.
experience.
Wow, there we go. Thank you very much. We're going to do a COVID-secure bump. Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you
Cheers.
take care. Enjoy.
And that's it, I'm now the caretaker of the car. If you're interested in seeing how we get on, like and subscribe to the channel and head over to Instagram to follow all of our Austin 7 adventures.